Okay, so this is verb function number 2. We're done a while ago with verb function number 1. This is verb function number 2. So most of verbs are words that show action. They show outward manifestation of action. Something observable, like handed and right. So an example of this is the contestant sings on the stage. What does the contestant do? Sings. Okay, so sings is an action verb. So we have here a lot of action verbs. So we need to choose, or we need to identify them. For one, the attendant handed the towel. Okay, so the verb here is handed. It's the verb. This is the subject. Attendant. Number 2, the masseur smiled at the customer. Smile. That is your verb. Masseur is your subject. He gave a tip. Gave is your verb. He is your subject. 4, the fitness director showed the dance step. Showed is the verb. Director is the subject. 5, the crew shifted routine assignment. Shifted is the verb. Crew is the subject. Lagi lang sila magkatabi. 90% ganyan ang formation yan. Lagi magkatabi ang verb at ang subject. The verb, okay, the subject is always beside the verb. That's oftentimes, but not all of the time. Next, he wrote his report to the captain. Wrote is your verb, subject is he. She sang a song to the passengers. Sang is your verb, and she is your subject. Okay? So that's the subject of the verb. The assistant chief housekeeper has been promoted. We have here a verb phrase, has been promoted, and just beside it is the subject. It's the verb phrase. Number 9, racing to the cabin, the floor supervisor met the staff. This is a reverse sentence. So you have here the met as your verb. Here is your subject. Beside. 10, the headroom steward is involved in cleaning. Is involved. Okay. This is your verb phrase or verb. Steward is your subject. While cleaning the tables, he smiled to the passengers. Smiled is the verb. He is your subject. So reverse sentence. In the floor, reverse again. They played with cards. Played is your verb. They is your subject. Okay. In the floor, 13, the team of housekeepers walk towards the alley. Okay. You have the verb walk. You cannot get. You are not to get the subject here because of the preposition phrase. So you have to go back further. So you have the subject here. So this is your verb. The crew sailed the boat. What did the crew do? Sail. So this is your verb. Subject, crew. The laundry supervisor gathered the garments. What did the supervisor do? Gathered. Okay. subject. Although without an experience, he was accepted as a laundryman. So it's a reverse. Here is actually a verb or verb phrase, and then he is your subject. Then some verbs show action. Okay. Other verbs do not show action. Some verbs show action. The first sentence is the verb is show. Subject is verbs. The next sentence, other verbs do not show action. Do, show is your verb. We call that interrupted verb phrase because the not is an adverb. Okay? And verbs here is your subject. The applicant will need to have some basic knowledge in English. Will need is your verb or verb phrase, and applicant is your subject. Always remember that most often, okay, the subject is just beside the verb. Okay, most often, but not all of the time. They listen carefully to the instructions. Listen is your verb, subject is they. 20, but then again, okay, so you have an adverbial phrase opener here, but then again. It is always an advantage to be fluent in English. Say is your verb, it is your subject. Alright, so this is verb function number 2. If we continue, this is verb function number 3. Let's go now to verb function number 3. Other forms of verbs are called state of being verbs. They don't show action. So if a verb, okay, do not show action, if we don't, and then therefore it is a state of being verb. Say for example, she is. Okay, so remember that verbs that do not show action or are a state of being verb. She is here is a verb. She is your subject. Okay, so let's begin now with the examples below. We have 1 to 10, 16, 20. Alright, to familiarize with the rules. Being the captain, I am. Am is your verb. I is your subject. Number 2, we are is your verb. We is your subject. You are a great seaman. Are verb. You subject. They were the best team of service attendants. Were is your verb, and they is your subject. I am a stewardess. Am is your verb, and then I is your subject. The weather is cold is your verb, then weather is your subject. The quarterback was the best player. Was is your verb, quarterback is your subject. The man is the assistant chief housekeeper. Is your verb, man is your subject. We are at Atlantic Ocean. Are is the verb, we is the subject. We were in the best mariners. We were the best mariners. Were, okay, the past tense of are. Where. This is your verb, we is your subject. They are team members. Are, verb, they, subject. This is my noble work. Is, verb, this, subject. This was your performance before. Was, verb. This as demonstrative is your subject. We are your utility cleaner. Are verb, we subject. You were the best cabin attendant. Where your verb, you, OU. So that OU is your subject. She is our best laundry supervisor. Is verb, she, subject. The work for the day is over. Is verb, work is your subject. This is a prepositional phrase, so you don't get your subject inside of the prepositional phrase. I am the pool attendant. Am is the verb, and then I is the subject. We finally are here in the port. Are verb, okay, we, right, is your subject. Finally is your adverb. He was the best mariner. Was verb, he, subject. Okay, you follow? Of course you can. All right, let's continue with verb function. This is verb function 16, right? And let's continue with verb function number 4. So it says here, we have found that verbs may be an action verb or state of being verbs. Okay, so you have already witnessed and made a drill of an action verb and a state of being verb. Let's continue the state of being verbs in each of the following sentences here. All right. Say verbs are often in the form of action verbs. Where is your verb? Are. That is your verb. Verbs here is your subject. Some words in the sentence serve as state of being verbs. Some words in the sentence serve as state of being verbs. Your verb, serve. You cannot get here your subject. Subject is you go further back. Words is your subject. Words serve as state of being verbs. Even without the preposition, the thought is complete. 3. State of being verb provides a fact or a state. Provides is your verb. Okay? Verb is your subject. Grammar is a linguistic subject. Is your verb. Grammar is your subject. Students now write better essays. Okay? The verb is write. Subject, students. Teachers teach students about grammar. Teach is your verb. Teachers is your subject. The students are nice and studious. Again, are is your verb. Students, your subject. I am your teacher for accent. Am is your verb. I is your subject. We were grammar students once. Where is your verb. We is your subject. 10. The class of mariners worked hard. Worked is your verb. You cannot again get from here because of the preposition. Prepositional phrase. So you go further back. Class is your subject. Always remember the prepositional phrase. Huh? Okay? Don't be misled of those insertion of phrases coming from prepositional phrase. The utility cleaners team worked hard. Okay, so you have the worked as your verb. Till the cleaner's team. Team is your subject. 12. The linen keeper piled the clothes orderly. Piled is your verb. Keeper is your subject. Our team of cook is the best in 5-star cruise ship. Okay? Is your verb. Then team is your subject. This is a prepositional phrase. We win the hearts of our passengers. Win is your verb. We is your subject. Okay? Yes. So let's continue with number 15. Our captains are Bill and John. Are is your verb. Captains is your subject. We were the best team of officers. Where is the verb. We is the subject. Okay, let's continue. Each class is a group of excellent students. Okay, is your verb. Class is your subject. The social hostess conducts special activities. Conducts excuse me is your verb. Hostess is your subject. I am fluent in English. Am is your verb. I is your subject. Writing a report is a sensitive one. Is your verb. Okay. Don't get it from here. Okay. Get it from here as your subject. So you're probably wondering why I don't include the rest of the words when I say it's, for example, here, social hostess. Hostess is only the subject because the social is an adjective. Well, others would include the social, say, for example, if it's a title or a name. But strictly speaking, okay, even if it's a title or a name, oftentimes, most of the times you have to get the last word beside the verb as your subject. Okay, so there you go. We're done with verb function number 4. Right. So we're now going to get the verb phrase. More than one verb. Okay. So here you are going to or be able to familiarize yourself with the verb phrase. Okay. So we are working, are working, is talking, was appointed, are smiling, am talking, were resting, were eating, is lecturing, is walking, was given, is beginning, am waiting. Okay. Where forgotten, is serving, is ending, is setting, interrupted by an adjective. Okay. Let's say adverb. The passengers were gathering, and then the toast was proposed, and then we were dispersed. We were dispersed. Then am hoping. So there you go. Familiarize yourself with the combination of the verb. Okay, we call that verb phrase. All right. So always remember this rule. Alright, so that's it for now. Thank you very much.